Hi, Griswold Elementary students. This is Mrs. Banwell coming to you from my house. Today we are going to do a story about a dinosaur, about a pterodactyl. And this is for my second grade students, but anybody can watch this video, of course. And today what we're going to be doing is practicing vocabulary words and writing or saying sentences for them. So we have some vocabulary words like this one. That word is barely. So that's going to be in our story today. This is a cute story about a pterodactyl that can't say his name. So sit down, find a comfy spot to sit, and let's do the story together. Okay, here we go. The name of our story is called Can You Say Pterodactyl? That's the name of the story. See, and that's the picture right there. A pterodactyl is a type of dinosaur. It's one of the ones that can fly. It's a flying dinosaur. So here we go. Let's do the first page together. And we'll talk a little bit about the vocabulary word. Here's a picture of the first page. It says, can you say pterodactyl? There's that pterodactyl flying type of dinosaur. Okay, here we go. This is the very first page. There once was a very rare creature called a pterodactyl. She had big leathery wings, she had big bony beak, but her name she could barely speak. Her name was pterodactyl. So our first vocabulary word is barely, and that means hardly or not being able to do something, just a very small amount. So she could barely say her name means that that was really hard for her and she couldn't really do it. So if you barely have enough of something, you don't have much. It's only a little bit. So think about a sentence for barely. My sentence is, the box was so heavy, I could barely lift it. The box was so heavy, I could barely lift it. So you could think about your sentence for barely, and you can email it to me, or let me know what your sentence for barely is. Think of a good one. Okay, here comes the next page. The pterodactyl couldn't say pterodactyl. The word got caught between her beak and tongue. She would take a big breath. She would scrunch up her beak and blurt, Ptero whack datol. There you go, and there's the picture. So our next vocabulary word is caught. Now remember that sometimes when we're talking about something that already happened, the words got caught in her beak, that we don't put an ed at the end. So we don't say catched. We put an ed in. We change that word to caught. So this is one of those words that you have to change from catch to caught. Don't say catched, say caught. So let's think about a sentence for caught. My sentence is, the baseball player caught the ball for the out. The baseball player caught the ball for the out. What's your sentence for caught? Could be about anything. You know, I caught a cold. Think about your sentence for that one. Here comes the next part of our story. It says, now if you can't say your name, it is very hard to meet someone new. One day as she was flying along, she met a duck. The duck said, hi, I'm Duck. Who are you? Well, she's going to have to say her name, and that's a little tricky because she has a hard time saying it. So for this one, I don't think we have a vocabulary for this one. Let's do the next page. Okay, here comes our next one. Let's see what happens when she tries to say her name. She took a deep breath. She scrunched up her beak. That's what scrunched looks like. And says, Ptero, Ptero, whack, whack, datol. The duck thought she was making a rude noise, and she flew away. So the duck didn't know what she was trying to say. She thought she was making a weird noise. She just flew away. The word vocabulary for this page is flew. And again, this is another one of those words. We don't add an ed. We don't say flied. We say he flew. The bird flew, if it happened already in the past. Think about a sentence for flew. My sentence is, the bird flew south for the winter. The bird flew south for the winter. So flew. Practice that. Anything that flies, flew in the past. Here comes our next one. Let's see what happens if the pterodactyl ever learns how to say its name correctly. Later that day, she happened upon a small bird in a tree. The little bird chirped, "Hi, I'm Wren. Who are you?" So our word here is chirped. Now look at that. It's got that ed at the end. So that's not a word that we have to change. We can just add ed, and that means it already happened. Maybe it happened yesterday. Maybe it happened a long time ago. But it's got that ed at the end. My sentence for chirped is, the birds chirped when the sun came up. You can hear the birds chirp in the morning. So I can say the birds chirped when the sun came up. What's your sentence for chirped with the ed at the end? Okay, here comes the next one. So the little bird wants to know who pterodactyl is. The pterodactyl took a really big breath. This time she was going to get it right. This time she was going to make a friend. Do you think that she's going to say her name right this time? I don't know. She might need some help from somebody to say her name right. So let's find out. The next word, our vocabulary word, is took. She took a big breath. My sentence is, I took 3 books off the shelf. So took is another one of those words that you don't put ed on. We don't say taked. We say I took a book. We don't put the ed on this one. So that's in the past. Okay, here comes the next one. Let's see what happens if she's going to make a friend with the little bird. Only this time she said her name louder and worse than before. Pow, pow, taro, taro, rack, rack, tow, tow, whack, whack, tile, tile, tattle. Oh my gosh. Even worse, she burped at the same time. She blasted the little bird right off the branch. The pterodactyl was as sad could be. She's trying to make a friend, but she's having a really hard time saying her name, and she kind of burped a little. Just a little bit of an accident. That happens sometimes. Okay, here comes one of those words that does have an ed at the end. Our next vocabulary word is burped. My sentence is, the baby burped after drinking his bottle. See, I use the word his. Belongs to him. It's his bottle. So that's mine for burped. ed at the end. You don't have to change this one. And think about your sentence for burped. It's a funny one to make a sentence, or you can make your sentence really funny. You know, I'd love to hear these funny sentences. Let me know what they are. There's one more on this page. There's blasted, because when she was trying to say her name, the pterodactyl blasted the little bird right off the tree. Oh no, because the bird was so small. So our word is blasted. Look at, there's that ed at the end. You don't have to change this one. My sentence is, the rocket blasted into space. Ooh, like a spaceship blasted into space. There's that ed, oop, right there, so that you can add that on. It means it's in the past. Well, let's see what happens after she gets so frustrated, you know, can't say her name. She had been sitting for a time when an owl landed beside her. "Who are you?" he asked. That's what the owl is asking the pterodactyl. Who are you? So the pterodactyl doesn't have to say her name again. She's a girl. Her name again, and this is going to be a little tricky, but maybe the owl can help her. For this page, the word is landed. There's an ed right there. My sentence is, the plane landed smoothly onto the runway. The plane landed smoothly onto the runway. So you can think of your sentence for landed with that ed at the end. Let's see if the owl teaches the pterodactyl how to say her name. "I'm nobody because I can't pronounce my name. I can't pronounce my name," she said. "But you must be somebody," chuckled the owl, "because I know your name." So it sounds like the owl's going to help pterodactyl. This word is the word of vocabulary. It's called pronounce, and that's when you try to say something. Any word. Maybe it's a dinosaur name, because some of those dinosaur names are really tricky. They're hard to pronounce or say. So when you pronounce something, you're trying to say it. So my sentence is, it can be hard to pronounce dinosaur names. Some of them are really tricky to pronounce. They're very long. Okay, we're almost done, guys. We're almost to the end of the story. "When you rip something, what do you do?" he asked. "You tear it," she answered. "Good," said Owl. "And you use what to pin a paper to a wall?" "A tack," she answered brightly. So here's this word tear. It looks a little bit like tear for all my friends that are reading. Looks a little bit like tear, but this is the tricky thing with some words. They can mean a few things. So this one means used this way, it means tear. So if it's in a sentence and it's about paper or something being ripped, you know it's tear and not tear. It's a tricky one. My sentence is, my pants had a tear after I fell. Make it a tear in your pants. What's your sentence for tear? Make sure you let me know. Okay. Now make the T intact and the D and a D and set it next to this tree, which is really what? Tall, she laughed. So the owl's trying to teach her how to say pterodactyl, but like breaking it down to little words for the pterodactyl. So he's trying to break it down. We are almost done. These are only our last 2 vocabulary words. This one is laughed. There's that ED again. So the pterodactyl laughed because I think she's starting to learn how to say her name. And my sentence is, I laughed at the funny TV show. I laughed at the funny TV show. What's your sentence for laughed with the ED at the end? Let's see what happens at the end of our story. Okay, so the owl says, oh, my poor book is like falling apart. The owl says, now put it all together, he hooed. Tear a dactyl. You got it, laughed Owl as he flew away. I'm an owl and you are a pterodactyl. Tear a dactyl. You get it? He broke it up into little words. Tear a dactyl. This is the last page. From here and thereafter, the pterodactyl had lots of friends. Together they sat on the bending branch and sipped tea. See, he learned how to say his name. He made some nice friends. It all worked out. Our vocabulary word is sipped. There's that ED at the end. It's one of the ones that you don't change. You just add an ED. And my sentence is, I sipped my hot cocoa slowly because it was hot. I sipped my hot cocoa slowly because it was hot. Think of your sentence for sipped. Here comes our very last page. She would murmur, you are wren and you are duck and I am pterodactyl, pterodactyl. And she was, and she is, to this very day. Cute book. I love that book. It's so cute. And it's just cute about how some things might be tricky for some kids, but that's okay because we have people that help us say things and work on it. So email me all of your sentences or some of your sentences or a sentence that you did for your vocabulary words. And think about what your favorite dinosaur is. Mine are brontosauruses. Those are the dinosaurs with the really long necks. They're super cool. But what's your favorite dinosaur? Make sure you email me and let me know. Love to hear from you. Okay, see you later, Griswold Elementary School students, and keep being awesome.